Well, tonight we are continuing our series on the state of the Metro Police Department.
Throughout the years, several changes have been made, and that includes the hiring process. Orkomana takes a closer look at how Metro chooses its officers and what's being done to ensure there's a respectful and diverse police force.
It's a really rigorous process.
Who deserves to be behind the badge? The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department saying it leaves no stone unturned to figure that out.
I can't really stress enough how hard it is that we work to try to get the right people to wear this uniform.
For every prospective police officer, Metro conducts a major background check, including a polygraph test and an up to 3-hour psychological exam. The department also scours social media to weed out the bad apples.
And if we see anything that is not reflective of our values, they're not a candidate for employment.
For example, a recently rejected Metro applicant appeared in online photos holding the Confederate flag.
How do we go about making sure we don't have racist police officers?
That question even more critical for Metro Police now, with racial tensions reaching a boiling point in Las Vegas over the summer. Protests erupting throughout Vegas following the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis. Metro says one way to bridge the gap is to bring more diversity to the department. The latest numbers show only 10% of all Metro employees are black, but the department has ramped up minority outreach in recent years through the sheriff's African American, Hispanic, and Asian recruitment councils.
And trying to increase demographics throughout the agency that mirror our own jurisdiction. That is going to be something that we'll have to continually look at and assess going into the future. Consulting expert Christina LaRusso says Metro also needs to work on improving the diversity of its higher-ups.
They need to be able to be heard and know that their voice matters, because that will trickle down to people wanting to be a part of the force that are from minority communities.
But even among the smiling faces at Metro graduations, the department knows sometimes bad apples are added to the basket. That's when the department's Internal Affairs Bureau steps in with its early identification and intervention program.
We track every officer's statement of complaint, every traffic accident, every time a citizen makes a complaint to get that officer, to see what they're doing and identify those patterns early on. If we can identify that early on, I can get that information to a supervisor.
We're told issues are addressed immediately.
Just like any other workplace, you're going to have people that don't belong, and we have a very high set of standards.
Metro says while it's made massive strides, there's still a lot of work to do. The goal to have every officer who's hired be a force for good.
You have a duty to be unbiased and to perform your work in a way that the community can trust.
Orkomana, 8 News Now.
We have more information on police hirings and firings, department diversity, and use of force policies, all on 8newsnow.com. Just click on the State of Metro banner right at the top of the page.